Hey guys, Grady's mom here, and today I'm doing a video about my pantry necessities. As most of you know, we are a family of just three, plus one pet, so we don't need a huge amount. Maybe, it would differ from if we had a large family. So I thought this would be kind of interesting to share with people who also have one child, or maybe you don't have any children and it's just you and your husband or you and your partner. And even for bigger families, this would also be a kind of a good template to know, or get some ideas of what you need to keep stocked, but obviously you would probably need bigger quantities. So it's not going to be a pantry tour because I have done a pantry tour previously when we moved into our home. But just for those who haven't seen that video or maybe are new to my channel, just a basic overview. I have a really, I don't want to say huge, but it's a really good size pantry. It's big to me because in my previous home, my first home, I didn't have a pantry at all. So to me, this is really big, and it is a decent size. So what I want to do is sort of talk about some staples and necessities that I need to keep stocked at all times just for our lifestyle. Everybody's lifestyle is a little bit different. But what I like is having certain things on hand at all times so that I can make different meals with using both fresh ingredients or frozen ingredients like frozen meats or something combined with these necessities, and I will talk about all of that. I have already started compiling a list and really kind of thinking about the things that I need to have at all times and all of that. So again, this is just a basic overview of what the pantry looks like, and now I want to show you guys the list that I've come up with. Okay guys, so I have my list that I've been working on and off over the weekend, and I sort of broke them down into different categories to make it easier for myself. And eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to type this all up into like a spreadsheet and then just save it as a file on my computer so that when I am doing my restocks, I can just quickly reference and see what I need to pick up. So the first category I have is soups, and I want to have at least one of the following at all times for cooking and recipes. So I have cream of mushroom, cream of broccoli, cream of chicken, and cream of celery. And then under that, I wrote 2 cans of ready-to-eat soup, and all that means is just what it says. Just 2 cans of soup that I can just kind of pour into a bowl and heat up and eat it and just have that option. I don't know. I just like to have, a couple cans of soup at all times just for those times where you're in a hurry and you just need something really quick. So what I did after I compiled this was I actually took a look to see what I had. So this is where I keep my cream soup. So I have the cream of chicken, cream of celery, and cream of broccoli. So it looks like based off my list, I need to pick up a cream of mushroom soup. So again, this is sort of the basis for how I'm going to make my spreadsheet off of, so that when there are times when I need to do a pantry restocking trip, I can just reference that spreadsheet and check off or make a notation of what I need to pick up that's sort of lacking in this stock up list. The next category I have are beans. I use beans for all different recipes, so I want to have one of at least of all the following, which are black beans, red kidney beans, white beans, chickpeas, and lentils. And I'm pretty sure I have all of those things right now. So I just have a black bean here, another black bean there, so I'm good on black beans. And then all of this stuff is sort of organized. But I have a chickpea here, so it looks like I definitely need to pick up a white cannellini bean as well as a red kidney bean. And then I do have lentils kind of chilling out in the back. So that's just a general idea of the concept. I'm going to move out here because the lighting is better. So again, we have soups, beans, and then tomato related. So I want to have 1 jar of ready-to-use sauce, which I'm assuming everybody knows what I mean by that, which is just something like this. Okay, so that would be like a ready-to-use sauce. And then a can of tomato paste I do not have, so I need to pick that up. Regular tomato sauce or like crushed tomatoes, like something like this, would be what I'm talking about when I say tomato sauce. And then diced tomatoes, which I actually just picked a couple more of these up. So that is sort of my tomato related category. And then condiments, I want to have a backup ketchup, mustard, and mayo, a backup salad dressing or 2, peanut butter and maple syrup, and I have all of those things right now in my pantry. And then flipping the page over, Oils. I want to have an olive oil, a vegetable, or a canola oil, and then a grapeseed oil. I have all of these things right now. Baking things. I am not a person that bakes from scratch. I probably could, but I just don't enjoy it, and I tend to go with a lot of the boxed things or sort of semi-homemade, if you will. So for my baking kind of category, I need to have white sugar, brown sugar, all-purpose flour, rolled oats, cornmeal, and then I want to have 1 box of cake mix, like a ready-to-go kind of cake mix, and a cornbread mix, because I find that there's been times where I've needed to make cupcakes or a cake or just something random like that, and I haven't had a box mix, so I want to always have one of those in my pantry, which I do now. I also have a couple cornbread mixes, actually one I'm going to use tonight because we're having chili. And then I started like an other category, so I want to have beef broth, chicken broth, breadcrumbs, and pancake mix. I have all of those things right now. And then there's just a small category for my cat, which is just her science diet, dry cat food. She eats like a wet food once in a while, so I like to have some of those on hand, and then just some cat treats. So this is the majority of what I keep in my pantry only. And then I sort of have everything kind of categorized. Like I have a lot of condiments here, and then I have like in back of here I have like all different pancake mixes, like flavored ones, just different mixes, like I have muffin mixes and things. In this corner I keep kind of baking related things. As you can see, most of my canned or jarred things are sort of right in this area, and then I have some dry cereal over there. And then the next shelf is all my snacks. Now, I don't consider snacks, you know, an absolute necessity where I have to run out and stock all my snacks up, because I keep up with that on a regular basis. So I always have things like granola bars and goldfish or fruit snacks. So I'm pretty much every week consistent with that, because we go through them on a more regular basis between myself, my husband's lunches, and my son. And then the bottom shelf just sort of has, I always have like mandarin oranges for my son down in this area. And then this sort of bin I've designated for different pouches and applesauces, things like that. So I try to sort of have kind of a rhyme, you know, a rhyme to my reason. So pouches, applesauces, things like that in that bin. I try to keep like snacky things like chips and stuff in here. And then this is my cat bin, which actually has to be restocked. She has cat treats, and then these are the kind of wet food pouches that she eats once in a while, so I want to restock those. So I will just add that to my list for the upcoming week. And on the very, very bottom on the floor, I keep a big, huge bag of bags, if that makes sense, like shopping bags in there. Always keep that in there. I keep like a canola or a vegetable oil down here on the bottom, just because it's a little bit tall for those upper shelves. I always like to keep a gallon or 2 of spring water for my Keurig, just some random pretzels down there that don't fit on the shelf, my cat's dry food, and then I just have like a backup, kind of like a cleaning, like an all-purpose Lysol wipe type thing there, and then just a couple random things. But I have a lot of room in this pantry, and I try to keep it stocked, but not to the point where it's overflowing. My top shelf has a lot of nice room. So I really like being able to utilize as much space as I can. And I do try and rotate things. So for example, if I were to get like another can of black beans, I would move the old one to the front and the new one to the back, if that makes sense. I just try and be conscious of that. So that is what I generally keep in my pantry. I would love to see what you guys keep in your pantries. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are just someone that is looking for new ideas or just looking for some inspiration to stock your own pantry, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.